Alright, what's going on, WeldTube? We're back with another video, and today we're doing kind of a simulation, and I'm going to show you guys how to do an advanced technique of how to put in a root pass when you get caught up in the rack or somewhere with a tight situation. So what I'm going to do basically is feed the wire looking through the gap. Self-explanatory, so let's get into it, guys. Alright guys, so today we're welding on a 6-inch Schedule 40 with a 3/16 gap, and the rod we're using is an ER70S6. And I like to use a bigger gap so my rod just fits in freely. So I have 3 tacks and I left the back open. The reason for that is so that I don't have any tie-ins when I'm looking through the gap, because it would be so much harder for me to try to tie in to something when I can't really see it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna quarter the pipe. I'm gonna come from this tack here at 9 o'clock, bring it all the way up to about 12. Then I'm gonna normally weld this side from the outside, or I still like to look on the inside of the gap, right? And then once I got that one in, I'm gonna come from here, weld from 12 about almost till 3 o'clock. I'm gonna tie it in on the outside, because then it's easier. Then just weld this, self-explanatory, and we'll be done with the pipe. This is something, a more advanced technique of what you can do to get yourself out of that bind when you are in a tight spot. So let's go ahead and let's weld this out. All right guys, so when you're looking through the gap, it's not too much more difficult than regular welding. Actually, in my opinion, I like it more because I can actually see what's going into my root. You know, I actually like to do this normally. So right now I'm burning at about 100 amps, 102 give or take. And here I'm just feeding the end of the wire to the puddle, going up and down as usual. Whenever I feel like the puddle gets too hot though, I flick the torch back, let the puddle cool, and then I'll bring back the arc into the puddle. Alright guys, so if you see my welding hand, I don't have my fingers on the pipe. I more or less have like my actual hand on the pipe, and I like to use that to go up and down, because here it's a little bit awkward to use your fingers. Your hand would be in a weird position. But like I said, when I'm back feeding through the gap, I can see the bevels being broken down. I can see everything here. So I personally like to do this 5G, 6G, 2G. It's actually pretty fun. But like I said, I'm gonna weld it from 9 all the way back to about 12 o'clock. A little over 12 o'clock. I can also use the obstacles around me to my advantage. Like right here, I'm using the pipe behind me to kind of use it as, you know, a guide, I would say. What's allowing me to go up and down. And like I said, when I feel like I'm getting too hot with the puddle, I'll go back, let the puddle cool off a little bit, making sure I'm burning both walls. And like I said, looking through the gap, I can perfectly see that I am burning both walls. Like I said guys, I'm using my obstacles around me as an advantage. Have my fingers resting on the pipe behind me, and I'm using that to go up and down. Alright guys, so we put in from 9 to 12 in the back. Like I said, I'm gonna quarter it, and I'm just gonna do what I normally do. I still look through the gap, but I'm gonna weld this side, and then we're gonna come back around from 12 to 3. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Like I said, I'm still burning at 100 amps, 102 give or take. Like I said, this is just the way that I like to do it. I like to look through the gap. I can see both the back and the front. To me, this like eliminates my chances of getting cold wired. Here I'm running out of rod. Right at my tie-in too. Damn, that root was amazing, huh? Alright guys, so as I get closer to my tie-in, I'm gonna do the dip method. This is what I like to do, what's always worked for me. I go up to it as normal, and then I start dipping. Dip, up and down, dip, up and down. I let that puddle fall into my tie-in. That's how I know that I'm tying into it. But also, I like to wash that tack out so that it kind of fuses together. I pop out. Alright guys, so like I said, we are coating this pipe. Now we're gonna come back and have to look through the gap from 12 to maybe about 2, because then I can stand over here and just tie it in normally. I can see what I'm doing, so that's what I'm gonna do now from 12, let's say, to about 2. I'm using my surroundings as an advantage to me. Alright guys, so like I said, I was gonna bring it from the back 12 to about 2 o'clock, maybe, you know, give or take 1:30, but I'm just gonna do it normal because I can see. So let me just go ahead and tie it in, and we'll go hop on the other side. Like I said, when I tie in, I dip, keyhole, dip, keyhole, fill it up, and I arc off to the side. Alright guys, so we're on the last quarter. We're about to close up the root. Alright guys, so we finished the root here. I'm just gonna wire brush it, you know, because I didn't trap any trash in it or nothing like that, so there's no need to grind it. So like I said, I'm gonna wire brush it, throw the hot pass, and I'm gonna just show you guys how and what I would do on the back side. So let's do that right now. Alright guys, so like I said, I'm gonna start my hot pass, and it's gonna be a little awkward. I'm not gonna cheat you guys and go around this pipe. I'm gonna make it seem like it's there, but I'm gonna freehand it all the way from about 12 or as far as back as I can see, and then I'm gonna walk it just like I normally do. So let's go ahead and do that. And I am burning at about 170 amps. I like to burn very hot. Like I said, I'm just freehanding this. Then whenever I can rest the cup in that bevel, I'll walk it out. All right guys, so I just finished the hot pass, and what I did to get me out of this back side was I free-handed it kind of awkward this way, then I walked the cup all around, then I switched to my left hand, did the same thing and brought it all the way back. So there's another way that you can do it. You can actually do it with a mirror, but that's for a whole nother video. Today's video was just to focus on how to feed the wire looking through the gap. So there it is, guys. Stay tuned, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Boom.